All right, so we got a Giraffe360, which I've made a few videos on. You can check them out if you want to learn more. Long story short, its purpose is for real estate media stuff. Floor plans, 3D tours, photos, which is what we're gonna be testing out today. These are sort of the big three options when it comes to real estate photography. There's other companies that make similar cameras to this. Got some people doing it on their phone and then the traditional camera approach. So I'm curious to compare them all. I'll send off these photos I take here to an editor online so I don't touch them. And then these photos get sent to Giraffe's AI editing thing. Starting off with a Giraffe360. Now, instead of me just doing that exact same thing with the iPhone 15 and the A7C, let's just skip to the results. Whoa, before we do that, I actually want to show you what's going on with the iPhone here. I'm here in the Moment app, which gives you some more manual control, but I'm interested in taking brackets. I don't know if you can do that with the default camera app, so I'm just using this. It's gonna give you 3 different exposures: overexposed, normal, underexposed, and then the editor is able to take those, blend them in Photoshop, and make a high quality looking real estate photo. I also have the Apple Pro RAW selected for maximum detail. Set a little 3-second timer to remove any shakes when I press the shutter. Now I'm gonna take it and go everywhere. Okay, we'll see you at the results. So in less than 24 hours, I got everything back. I'll do a little slideshow right now. Feel free to pause it and look closer for yourself, and then I'll give some thoughts afterwards. So as I hoped and sort of expected, the Sony is the clear winner, especially when you get into the darker rooms like the basement here. So it's basically between the iPhone and the Giraffe, and I'm not gonna lie, for some of the brighter upstairs rooms, if you just showed me some of the iPhone photos, at first glance, I would probably have thought they were taken with this thing. But then if you look closer, do some pixel peeping, it's easy to start noticing the grain, lack of detail, and dynamic range, especially in the window. I think the Giraffe does a better job than the iPhone at maintaining the detail. Even in those darker conditions, like I can still see the carpet pattern, whereas on the iPhone photo, it sort of gets washed out. However, you do get more color cast with the Giraffe on the floors and walls. So when I send the Sony and iPhone photos to an editor, one of the techniques they use is manually desaturating these unwanted colors, which is why these photos don't really look true to life. They give a really clean look, but is it accurate to real life? Not really. This look can also be done with a flash, but since the Giraffe doesn't have a flash and the AI editor isn't manually desaturating colors in Photoshop, it gives a more true to life looking photo. Like this is what this bathroom looks like in real life for the most part because of that orangey light bulb. So then it just comes down to personal preference and what your market prefers, the clean look or the more natural look. I also think it's worth noting that the actual process of taking photos is definitely easier with the Giraffe. Even over the iPhone, you don't gotta worry about camera settings or getting a pro app or worrying about brackets or sending it off, finding an editor and getting them to edit it or learning how to edit. And then there is the option to edit them further on the dashboard. I add more sharpness. Overall, even though the Sony does take the cake in my opinion, thank God, I spent a lot of money on that. I think they're all good options depending on your needs and your skill set and how much time you have and how much you want to take on. A future video might be the pros and cons of each method, so let me know if you want to see that. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.